Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today is Thursday, 16th June 2016. So we'll start with our prayers.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please repeat after me. Narayanam namaskritya
Narayanam namaskritya
naram chaiva narottamam
Narottamam
devim saraswatim vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
tato jayamudirayet
Tato
Jayamudirayet
nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu
Nashprayeshu Bhadreshu
nityam bhagavata sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
bhagavate uttama shloke
Bhagavate Uttam
Loke
Shloke
bhaktir bhavati naistiki.
Bhakti
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
So we are into chapter 3 of the first canto. Yesterday we finished first part of that. Today we'll take up the next part. This chapter is all about all incarnations of Krishna. Krishna is the source of incarnations. So we'll first chant one shloka from that chapter and then we'll go from there. So we are taking chapter 3, shloka number 26. So please repeat. Avataraya asankheya
Avataraya Asankheya.
Sankheya. Okay, I have to correct it. Okay. Avataraya asankheya
Avataraya Asankheya.
Hare sattva nidhe dvijaha
Hare Sattva Nidhe Dvijaha.
yatha vidasina kulyaha
Yatha Vidasina Kulyaha.
yatha vidasina. Actually, I just did it about 2 minutes back, so it's little created some problems. Yatha vidasina kulyaha
Yatha Vidasina Kulyaha.
sarasasyu sahasrashah
Sahasasyu Sahasrashah.
avataraya asankheya
Avataraya Asankheya.
Hare sattva nidhe dvijaha
Hare Sattva Nidhe Dvijaha.
yatha vidasina kulyaha
Yatha Vidasina Kulyaha.
sarasasyu sahasrashah.
Sarasasyu Sahasrashah.
I just want to share one thing with you. When we are chanting these shlokas in Sanskrit, whenever ha comes in between, in the middle of the line, then we don't chant it. Only when it comes at the end of the line, we chant it. For example, in the second line, it is Hareha Sattva Nidher Dvijaha. But when we chant, we say Hare Sattva Nidher Dvijaha. And in the last line, we say Sarasasyu Sahasrashaha. So this is what I learned during the recitation. So please keep that in mind. When we do word by word, we do that. But when we are doing as a shloka, then only at the end when it comes, we pronounce that. Okay. So Karthik Prabhu can chant. Karthik Prabhu there? Okay, yes. Yesterday, I think Divya Manjari Mataji chanted. Some other Mataji are there?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Avatara ha asankheya
Avataraya Asankheya
Hare Sattva Nidhera Dvijaha
Hare Sattva Nidhe Dvijaha
Yatha Pidasinaha Kulyaha
Yatha Vidasina Kulyaha
Sarasa Syu Sahasrashaha
Sarasasyu Sahasrashaha. Again, I mean, when you're
Okay.
chanting, use Yatha Vidasinaha, you said, so don't put that ha there, okay? Just keep that in mind. Thank you. So we'll go through that.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go word by word meaning. Avataraha,
Avataraha,
incarnations.
incarnations,
He,
he,
certainly.
certain,
Asankheyaha,
asankheyaha,
innumerable.
innumerable,
Hare,
Hare,
of Hari, the Lord.
of Hari the Lord,
Sattva Nideh,
Satvanideva,
of the ocean of goodness.
of the ocean of goodness,
Dvijaha,
Dvijaha,
the Brahmanas.
The Brahmanas,
Yatha,
Yatha,
as it is.
as
Avidasinaha,
Avidasinaha,
inexhaustible.
inexhaustible,
Kulyaha,
Kulyaha,
rivulets.
rivulets,
Sarasaha,
Sarasaha,
of vast lakes.
of vast lakes,
Syuhu,
Syuh,
are.
are
Sahasrashaha,
Sahasrashaha,
thousands of.
thousands of.
Translation. O Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. So please repeat. O Brahmanas,
O Brahmanas,
Brahmanas,
the incarnations of the Lord
the incarnations of the Lord
are innumerable,
are innumerable,
like rivulets flowing from
like rivulets flowing from
inexhaustible sources of water.
inexhaustible sources of water.
Thank you. So now you can please mute your mics. So we started the third chapter yesterday, and basically yesterday we discussed the Purusha Avatara, the main three avatars, Purusha avatars, the Vishnus. We discussed about Karanodakshai, Garbhodakshai, and Kshirodakshai Vishnu. And we understood, hopefully, what is their function and how they play different parts in this creation. So now, this particular shloka, we saw that Krishna has innumerable incarnations, asankhya, very difficult to keep a track. But of course, not all are significant, so we generally discuss about the significance only. And as per Bhagavatam, there are 24 significant incarnations of the Lord, 24 avatars. And we all know about the 10 avatars, but today we'll see We have heard all their names. Maybe one or two names we have not even heard of them, but we'll see. As we go along, you will see that there are. Yeah, we suddenly say, oh, I know about that, but then, oh, I don't know about that, like that, It's interesting. So I will just go into all the 24 today. So once the Lord Brahma was born, and then he was given the job to create all these universes, in the sense just populate them. Create means to basically to populate. All other ingredients are available for him, and then he puts them into trees and plants, and all that will come now. When we read about how the universe is created, how Brahma ji uses different parts of his bodies, his different limbs, and so on, to generate different things. But here, before we go into the 24, Brahma's first 4 sons, the Kumaras, the 4 Kumaras. Kumara itself means young boys. So Brahmaji had great hopes from them, and he thought that they are going to help him in increasing the population. But they were transcendentalists right from birth, and they had absolutely no interest in this passionate thing. This creation is a passionate thing. It's a mode of passion only you can create, which is the Brahmaji is the controller of that. So in Vedic literature, there are different names for different creations, from particular types of Brahma. There are, as we know now, there are innumerable Brahmas, because as many universes, that many Brahmas. So this particular Kumaras, they were Kaumara creation of the material world. Kaumara, there are, if you read Krishna book, then there is a Kaumara, Pauganda, then Krishna becomes youth, like that. So this is a Kaumara, just a technical information. But they refused. So Brahmaji did not know what to do. They were transcendentalists, and of course they later on became a great devotees. They were not even accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They also talked about the Brahman and so on. But see how the conversion takes place. They simply smelled. They came to Lord Vishnu, and they simply smelled the flowers offered to him. And then Lord Vishnu touched them, just to bless them. And by the touch and that smell, they realized the personal form of the Lord. And they immediately surrendered to him, and then, became the devotees. From that day onwards, they forgot about all their Vedic education. They're highly educated, but they refused to grow. They're empowered for that. So this is very interesting, and then of course we know how they were stopped at the gate by Jaya Vijaya. All those stories will come. Okay. So now, after that, after Brahma is the first one, right? So now the second one is a Shukar, boar, Varaha. That is the second avatar. Here the demons, the Asuras, had picked up the planet Earth, and they have put it up in a very filthy water. It's called, Pluto's region in the scientific term. The Earth was put up there, and then who will rescue the Earth from there? So only a boar, a pig, is Varaha. He can go into the mud, he doesn't mind, because he lives there and he doesn't have the same problem that we have with the mud, So the Lord expanded himself as a boar, and on his tusk he brought out planet Earth. And then, of course, he had a big fight with Hiranyaksha, the elder brother of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyaksha was killed. And then Earth was put back into the position, its original position. So this is the second avatar. I'm going to go as per the Bhagavatam, small purports are there. So I will just pick up from there. If I know a little more than that, then I will add that. So the third one now is Narada. See, Narada we know only as Rishi, but he's also a Shaktya Avesha Avatara. He's a very, very dear to Krishna. And he actually, the whole story of Narada will come, how he was serving, his mother was serving the rishis, and how he learned from them, and all that will come. Very wonderful story. But he's the only universal, intra-universal citizen. Like, he's got a green card and visa and citizenship from everywhere. Nobody can stop him. He can go to the earthly planets, he can go to the lower planets, he can go to the higher planets, he can visit Krishna Lok. He can go anywhere. And wherever he goes, he just has only one business. His business is only to remind people about Krishna, to make them devotees. He is portrayed sometimes as a funny character, or somebody who's making two people quarrel or something, but that's all bogus. His only job is to help people in Krishna consciousness. And he is the author of Narada Pancharatra, there where we use that for our worship, how to do the worship, what goes first, the agarbatti and the ghee lamp, and then water and fan, and all that, flowers. So everything, all that is there in the Narada Pancharatra. And Narada Bhakti Sutra. There are wonderful, wonderful practical things which we can learn if you have inclination and if you have time. Okay. He virtually talks about Bhagavad Gita. His philosophy is absolutely in synchronization with Bhagavad Gita and other teachings. Now the fourth one, the Lord comes in two personalities, Nara and Narayan Rishi. They were sons of King Dharma, and they went to the Himalayas, and they showed to the world, because every time the Lord comes, one more important thing is, whenever he takes an avatara incarnation, he has some purpose. He just simply doesn't take it for the fun of it. Oh, I want to become a boar, or I want to become a fish. No, there's a purpose behind that, and he completes that purpose, and he winds up the Leela. Only when he comes in his own original form as Krishna, then he has many, many Leelas, and he just lives a long period on the earth, almost 129 years. So some avatars we know, they just comes, does the job and goes, fat. Happens in few days or few weeks or something like that. Sometimes just instantly also. So Narayan, they expounded a wonderful, by their own example, they left so many instructions so that we, the conditioned souls, we can learn from them. And then, everybody will direct us towards going back to Godhead, go back to our home, original home. So Narayan Rishi were almost like, the purpose was same as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So whatever he did, even the same thing. Even today, if you go to Badrinath, you will see their place is there. Fifth one is Lord Kapila. He propounded the Sankhya philosophy, the analytical study of the whole creation, and he taught metaphysics. The Sankhya philosophy is also called as metaphysics to Asuri Brahmanas, because this was lost, so he just re-established. Later on, of course, a atheist Kapila also appeared. He also talked about Sankhya philosophy, but then we have to distinguish between atheist Kapila and the real Kapila. Lord himself comes as Kapila. And he explains this whole philosophy to his mother, Devahuti. The Bhagavad Gita, again spoken there. Context is a little different, but essence is same. The sixth one is born from Atri and Anusuya's, from Anusuya's womb. The father is Atri. And then he talked about the subject of transcendence to Prahlad Maharaj, Alarka, Yadu, etc., etc. His name is Dattatreya. He is son of Rishi Atri and Anusuya. It's mentioned in Brahmanda Purana also. This Anusuya was a very, very chaste and devoted wife. And they prayed combined to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And then they said that we want a son, then please, we want a son having all the three qualities of yours, And that's how Lord Dattatreya came. And then he expounded the theory of spirit soul. And then, as I said, he instructed Prahlad Maharaj and others, Dattatreya. Then the seventh one is Yagna. His son of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. Then he came when the period of, the 14 Manus, and then the period of Swayambhuva Manu. And then he came in during that period when that Manu was changing from Swayambhuva to the next one. Yeah. Today we are living with Vaivasvata Manu. This period is Vaivasvata Manu. In Brahma's 100 years, there are 14 of them. So each one has a 1/7 of Brahma's life, like that. Eighth one is King Rishabha. He was son of King Nabhi and his wife Meru Devi. Here, the Lord showed the path of perfection, how to control everything, how to control the senses mainly. And he is honored by all the four Varnas. We are having these four Varnas. I hope all of you remember. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And then four orders, four ashramas. Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. So everybody was respecting him. Even today we respect him, we read his discourses. Then the ninth incarnation is the Pruthu, King Pruthu. He was the first one among the incarnations who cultivated the earth and yielded many, many produces. He just showed the way. All these minerals and everything that we talk about today, these are all the Lord himself first took it out of Mother Earth to show the world that this is all, Mother Earth is full of rich elements. So we are going to read his story also in coming chapters. Then The first one actually in Dashavatara, the first one is fish, right? But here it comes as the 10th. In the period of Chakshusha Manu, the whole world was within deep water. So the Lord accepted the form of a fish and he protected Vaivasvata Manu. And then there is a story, that he was on a boat and then it circled and all that. And the fish became from a small fish to a big fish to occupied everything. And I remember Jambavan, he was there. He's a Chiranjeevi. And this fish was so huge, but Jambavan circumambulated, he did the parikrama within few seconds. He was so fast. The 11th incarnation is Kurma. We all know, tortoise. His back was used as a pivot to churn the Mandara Parvat, during the Samudra Manthan of the Devas and Asuras, because Mandara Parvat agreed to become the pivot, because they had to churn that huge ocean. Now where do you keep that? So Krishna comes as Kurma, and then he allows his back, it's a very hard back. Even today you see that tortoise is the hardest back. Then the 12th one is Dhanvantari. Might have heard about the medicinal thing. So the Lord himself comes and he gives wonderful instructions on how to get these various herbs and other medicines, herbal medicines from different plants and so on. And then the 13th is Mohini. We know she allured all the Asuras because the nectar was to be saved from Asuras. And then she protected it for Devatas. That is Mohini, 13th. The 14th is Lord Narasimha. I hope everybody knows about him, how he killed Hiranyakashipu, what boons Hiranyakashipu had asked, how he met each of the conditions and still killed him. So the Lord showed his superiority even among the greatest of the demons. Hiranyakashipu was a huge, great demon. He was not ordinary. And he wanted to take revenge of his brother's killing. 15th, the Lord comes as Vamana, a dwarf Brahmana, asked just 3 steps, and then he grew into 3 Vikrama and covered everything. And then in 2 steps itself he covered everything, and then where to keep the 3rd one? So Bali said, you keep it on my head. So he kept it on his head and he pressed it. So Bali went all the way to the Patala. That's where he is even today ruling. The 16th is the Bhragupati Parashuram. He annihilated the Kshatriyas 21 times. 21 times he killed them. If they're growing again he would go and kill them. Because they showed their rebellion against the Brahmanas. So this is Parshuram. He is the one who gave Sudarshan Chakra to Krishna. So that story we'll talk sometimes. 17th is Vyasadeva. He came in the womb of Satyavati through Parashar Muni. And then he divided, there was only one Veda originally he received one, and he divided it into 4. Originally it was only Rig Veda. Yajur Veda, then he made it into Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. Then 18th is Lord Ramchandra. No need to talk about his wonderful leelas, his acts, his behavior. Purushottam, Maryada Purushottam, Ram, Eka Patni Vrat Ram. There are so many adjectives. Then 19th and 20th, Balaram and Krishna, Lord comes as himself, he's the 20th. The family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty, is also called Vrishni dynasty. And he removed a lot of burden at that time, So many asuras. Now all these Dynasura, this Sura, everybody is asura. Even in English names, asura is there. Huge demons. But Krishna just played with them like, it says that like an elephant picks up a mushroom. He just treated them like that. Then, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will come as Lord Buddha, son of Anjana, in Gaya. So that, by that time, animal killing would become too prominent. People were using Vedas to justify animal killing. So Lord comes as Buddha and he just says, reject these Vedas. They are the ones who are creating problems. So he just, propagated the theory of voidness, Shunyavad. There's a huge, long purport because that's how it is required to understand his position. And then when the two yugas, Kali Yuga comes to an end, the Lord will come as Kalki. And he will be the son of Vishnu Yasha. So everybody will be killed by him. Because by that time the people have become so horrible. The kings have become the plunderers. The population has become like, real bad. And then, so this way we finish those. And now we see, we're just reading that the Lord has Asankheya. That's what the shloka we read today. Like from a big source, so many rivulets come out. So same way out of Krishna, there's so many avatars. Most of them now are in the form of Shaktya-Vesh avatar. Lord empowers, like Lord Chaitanya. Of course, Lord Chaitanya is himself, but Vyasadeva is also called as Shaktya-Vesh avatar. And there are so many. So as we go along, we will read about them. So there are, as I said, some are Ansha avatars, some are plenary portion of a plenary portion also, like that. But Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. That's established by Vyasadeva. Ete cham sakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Vradayanti Yuge Yuge. Vradayanti Yuge Yuge. So we'll stop here because I don't want to exceed the time limit. It's already exceeded though. And then Monday, hopefully, we'll finish this chapter. Okay. So I think by now you have got some idea about this 24 avatars after the 3 Purusha avatars. So now if you have any question, comment, we can take it up. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a few questions.
Yes.
Okay, like you said, we have to go back to the original home.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean at one time we were already in the original home,
Yes.
like Goloka?
Yes, of course. I explained that, I think couple of days back.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
definitely we are there. That's otherwise, there's no point in saying going back to Godhead. Go back to Godhead. What is back to Godhead? If that is our original home, then only we go back home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We were there, yes. We were there with Krishna, serving him happily. But because of the independence given to us, we thought that because we saw that everybody is serving Krishna, so we thought that if I become Krishna, then maybe everybody will serve me. So why should I serve him? And then Krishna, being the real benefactor, he just said, okay, you want to try that? Here it is. So he created this material world. This whole thing is for us to learn a lesson. And then ultimately decide one day that, okay, I don't want to stay here anymore. I want to go back. So we were all with him. Yes.
okay. So, but we have come through the Mahavishnu's,
Yeah, that's all. We are sent into that Mahatattva. Okay. And then when the creation comes, we get one of the bodies of 8.4 million species. Generally, it is said that you start from the lowest of the low, and then you slowly, conscious-wise, and consciousness level increases. And then you accept you are given a better and better body. So because as your consciousness develops, and then finally you get the human form. But there is no guarantee that you will get the human form, because if your karmas are animalistic, then you will again go back to that's there in the Bhagavad Gita 14th chapter. It says very clearly that if you are in the mode of goodness, then you will go to the upper planets. If you are in the mode of passion, then you will come back here only. And then if you are in the mode of ignorance, then you will go to the lower planets.
But Prabhuji, why do we have to go to upper planets? Because there is no exit to Goloka from upper planets. So either we can come back to Earth or...
No. From Earth you can be promoted, up. You can go. Earth is on the ground floor, so you can be promoted to the upper planets. Why not? If suppose...
Yeah, we can promote to upper planet, but what, like in yesterday's class, like we discussed, the exit to...
The thing is, one minute, let me explain that. Exit is there, no doubt. But what happens, we get sometime attracted to the opulence of the upper planets, because Swarga, everything is 10 times better than here. And then at the time of leaving the body, if you think of, if that's your goal, then Krishna says, I will fulfill that. So you'll go to the upper planet, and then you want to try, have more and more. It's like here, let's say bed mattress, you have a plain mattress, and then there is what they call it as pillow top. And there is something extra pillow top, there is 7 layers and things like that. So the luxury increases. And that's why sometimes we learn that by doing some punya, I will get that. So you start doing punya, you start making hospitals and this and that, charity. And so yes, you can go, why not? But as you rightly said, there you cannot go directly to Goloka. For that you will have to come back again. That's why once your pious activities are over, and Bhagavad Gita in the 9th chapter, it is very clearly said that once your quota of punya phala is over, then you have to come down.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And when Krishna came on the earth with Balarama and all, so that is the Krishna's original form. Means,
right.
Is that the real form of Krishna which is there in the Goloka? Is same or it's little different?
Yes.
Exactly what
yes.
There.
Dvija. Krishna's original form is Tribhanga. He stands in three places, he's bent. Right? That is the original form of Krishna. So sometimes he displays that in when he comes to this planet also, right? If you see Krishna's pastimes, you see sometimes he's standing like that, while taking the cows and calves for grazing, he stands under a tree like that, that's his original position, Tribhanga. And in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna sees this Virat Swarup, he becomes scared and he says, Krishna, I can't see it anymore. Please come down and show me your Chaturbhuja. He wants to see Chaturbhuja because that is the Narayan form. But then Krishna says that, okay, that I will show you, but I will also show you my original form, which is very rare. Not everybody can see. But Krishna is so merciful that out of his compassion for us jivas, he comes and shows us that original form. Because in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is doing nothing but simply enjoying. It's everybody serving him and he's enjoying. And we see that, suppose now I give you 4 hands and you have a choice of 2 hands or 4 hands. Which one you will prefer? Because no work. 4 hand is okay. So you can say, I can clean and wash and together, but no work. So do you still want a burden of 4 hands, or you want only 2 hands? So this is all choice for us, this is all choice. Krishna is so merciful that he gives us all these facilities, although we hardly deserve, sometimes we don't even deserve. But Krishna keeps giving us because he loves us so much that he wants us back. We are like his lost children. And that's why Krishna is performing all these leelas. He does so many things. He sends us rishis and all to attract us. We don't get attracted. Then he sends somebody else to attract us. Then he himself comes. And then he plays all these, different, we saw that now why he has to become a boar or a kurma or this? Because he wants to attract us, like when we see all these wonderful activities, we say, oh wow, this is Krishna, so we should go back, then the process starts. So now all of you have come somehow or the other into Krishna consciousness. And I'm sure you have started realizing that yes, this is the right place for us. This is the way, like you said that you come to the ground floor to go out of that same way. If you become a devotee, then it doesn't matter which floor you are. Because Krishna will reach to you. You don't have to reach to Krishna,
Okay.
Okay.
And Prabhuji, like you said, the last avatara will be Lord Kalki.
Kalki, yeah.
Kalki. And in that avatar, Lord
In the Kali Yuga, then the cycle again repeats. You go to Satya Yuga, all the incarnations again happen. It's not that it's a one-time job. No.
Okay,
Yuge. Krishna also comes every day of Brahma. But that's like a long period. Brahma's one day is 43 trillion years. So we have to wait that long. That's why we are so fortunate that Krishna came just 5,000 years back.
So that Kalki avatar, you said Lord will kill everybody.
Yes, because everybody will become a demon by that time, because he said 404,27,000 years more to go. So now itself we are seeing things are becoming so bad, You imagine in another 4 lakh years what will happen. That's what it says also, that kings will become plunderers and people will become dacoits and a man will eat man. There will be no place to even sleep. People will be sleeping standing.
So the whole world will be destroyed
Yes.
that time.
Because see, the thing is like this. Let me explain a little more on this. The next Yuga is what? Satya Yuga, right? The Satya Yuga, everything has to be fine, nice, right? If all this badmash and everybody is still there, then how the Satya Yuga people will prosper, how they will be peaceful. So no trace left of this. Not that it's one day, it's a transitional period, slowly you start cleaning. Like, when any function at home finishes, like let's say marriage finishes, then the tent is removed and slowly everything is right. And then everything is made ready for the next marriage. But if the things are not ready, then the next marriage people come and they say, what is this nonsense? We paid so much money. So same way, Satya Yuga people come and say, who are these horrible people here? We thought we are going to be in a very nice period. So slowly and surely everything gets killed. And remember, after every yuga there is a mini pralaya, not the Maha Pralaya, but mini pralaya. Everything is because when Brahmaji's night comes, everything goes underwater. So every day of Brahma, this repeats.
So you mean everything will be destroyed and again
again the day comes, again everything comes, again we experience, yeah.
Okay,
Everything.
all universes will form, then Brahma. And
yes, because by the time the Lord Mahavishnu has taken the breath inside. So when he takes the breath inside, everything goes into his body. And they are, become inactive for one day, one night of Brahma.
So we will again come back, right?
Yes, yes, of course. Still, you will not.
Satya Yuga.
No, yeah, but suppose you are done now your bhakti properly, and you chanted properly, and you at the end you say Hare Krishna, and then Krishna takes you back to Goloka. Then you don't have to come back or anything.
Okay, so okay.
This is only for people who are not surrendered to Krishna. This is they have to undergo this cycle. But once you have taken shelter of Krishna, then you don't have to come.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. That's all questions I had.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class. I had few questions. I'll ask some couple of them today, maybe some coming whenever we'll discuss more on these things.
Yeah.
When you said that, at the end of the Yuga, everything goes back inside Mahavishnu. So at that time, when we say at the end of Kali Yuga, everybody would become so sinful.
Yes.
So where those souls will go, because they are sinful, right? They won't come into Satyug, or they will. How it
They'll have to wait. They'll have to wait.
Okay. So they will be in Vishnu's body only, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And one more thing, when we say that the first creation of Brahma was Chatush Kumar, so that time the souls who would have wanted to come out of the Vishnu's body, those were
They are still in the dormant form.
So those
dormant form.
came out, those wanted to enjoy, separate from Krishna, right?
Right.
So how come
the whole lot has been kept waiting. Okay, we'll put you in some bodies. Don't worry. According to your past, because they would have also carried some past karmas. And everybody is not starting originally here. The only from those who are coming from Krishna Loka are starting originally. There are a lot of people who are still here only after many births also.
Okay. So one thing, when we said Chatush Kumar were so pious and so they surrender already. So how come they in between, when that period came that they went jealous of Krishna and wanted to come out? How this happened?
No,
because
they are not counted as jealous of Krishna. They are all, that's why there's a Nitya Baddha and Nitya Mukta.
Okay.
Only Nitya Baddha, the conditioned souls only have to undergo.
Okay.
So eternally liberated like Kumaras and Shukdev Goswami and Narada Muni and all, they're all Nitya Mukta. They just come to play a role in Krishna's pastimes.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else has anything to say? Okay. So we will hopefully see you on Monday. Enjoy 3 days.